Welcome into week 6 of Michigan Elite Hockey Junior Prospect Summer Draft League. The last week of the regular season. Playoffs coming up next week. Brandon Josevich, joined alongside Marin Klein, bringing you the 2-game slate to round out the regular season. First up, we got Team Holtz taking on Team Miller. And then later on in the evening, we got Team Posa taking on Team Morgan. But Team Holtz and Team Miller, last time they faced off back in week 3, it was a 16-10 victory for Team Miller, but a lot has changed since then. We got some subs in, or actually not many at all, but it's a new week and we'll see what happens.
No subs in for this one. Carson Wood, who subbed in for Team Holtz last week, is back on the ice, and Team Holtz picked up their first win of the season last week in a really big way, a very exciting game against Team Morgan. And you mentioned the last time these two teams played, 16-10 game, the highest scoring affair I believe that we've seen here at Michigan Elite Hockey.
Oh, yeah.
4 hat tricks in one game. Some of those elite tricks, as you've dubbed them, Ryan. A few 4-goal games for people.
There we go.
Very exciting, high-scoring game. But now, Team Holtz, again, while they've only had 1 win of the season, they've had a lot of very close games. And this is a team that now has tasted the victory up at the mountaintop, and they're going to be fighting for it here in the last week of the regular season, whereas Team Miller's had some great games. They're going to be looking to stay hot. Again, it's all coming to playoffs. We saw some really exciting games yesterday with the Young Guns, and I'm sure we're going to see some great competitive action out on the ice, especially as these two teams have found their footing more. Defense is starting to come along a little bit better. The defense we saw from Team Holtz's squad last week against Team Morgan was absolutely phenomenal. A huge part of their win was that team defense, and that's part of Team Holtz's whole strategy. He's a very defensive defenseman for the University of Michigan, and he has brought that to his bench here at Michigan Elite Hockey. We've seen it from his players, but man, they can score as well, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that today.
Team Miller last week suffered a 11-7 loss against Team Posa, but Team Posa currently undefeated, so that's not a bad loss to take at all. And then Stephen Holtz's squad picking up their first win of the season last week, 12-10 against Team Morgan. But this one matters a little bit more. We got playoff implications coming up next week, playoff start next week. If Team Holtz do not get a win here, they will be solidified in that number 4 seed, so they'll be taking on Team Posa, who's already locked into that number 1 seed. But if Team Holtz wins and later on Team Morgan loses, both of them will be 2-4, and we don't know what the tiebreaker is yet between the two. So if you're Team Holtz, you want to get the win, you want to control what you can control, get that win, get to 2-4, and try not to match up against Team Posa in the first round of playoffs as that 4 seed next week.
Yeah, we really don't know with the games that we've seen here. Where you're seated is not really going to matter as much, because once we get to those playoffs, absolutely anything could happen. We don't know. At this point, these teams have grown so much from when we've started that once we get into that week 7, week 8, those underdog teams could come out and be the teams on top after all. So we really don't know yet until we get there, and now these teams are just going to be focusing on the game at hand.
Team Holtz versus Team Miller, game 1 of game 2-game slate coming at you tonight, and we've got our PA announcer standing by with the starting lineup, so we're going to throw it down to Michael Wainwright in just a second. The last week of the Junior Prospect Summer Draft League regular season. Team Miller on the black uniforms on the home bench, taking on Team Holtz in the gold sweaters on the visitor bench. And starting lineups presented by, I don't know. We have forward number 46, Davis Belt at left wing. At center, we've got number 25, Kyle Janis. At right wing, number 11, Joe Sines checking in at defense for Team Holtz. We got number 13, Isaiah Winters. And right defense, 19, Lucas Hutton. And in net, number 33, Joe Bedells.
Looking over that home team, Team Miller, coached by Kip Miller. Forward on left wing, Mark Medico. Jacob Aligi at center. And the right wing, Gavin Mulcahy. Looking over at the defense, Evan McCreary on lefty, and 49, PJ Swineston. Right defense getting the start in net tonight for Team Miller is going to be 29, Nathan Kelly.
Oh. Well, thank you. We got a little shout out there. That was nice. Only took 6 weeks. No, I'm kidding. We don't need a shout out. What we need is this game to get underway. Team Holtz in the goal, taking on Team Miller in the black unis to round out the regular season of Michigan Elite Hockey Junior Prospect Summer Draft League, as that draw will be all the way to the net of Joe Bedells. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 coming up at 8 p.m. Team Boza taking on Team Morgan there. We got a good one here that we got to settle. Ligi, that pass slips just wide. That pass picked off in the center by Kyle Janis. Janis trying to connect to up ice. That pass tipped away. Winters now connects with Sines. Battle for the puck at center, won by Team Holtz. Last week, Team Holtz picked up their first win of the season, a 12-10 victory against Team Morgan, as that one is iced by Stephen Holtz's squad.
Yeah, it was a really big win for Team Holtz, and they have a lot of offensive talent. We've seen them in high-scoring games before. They can absolutely step up to the challenge. It's always been about finishing games and just falling a little bit behind, and once they go down, they kind of gave up, but it was a bit of a back-and-forth affair between Team Morgan. Last week, they were able to keep their heads held up and come out with that victory. Huge for them, and again, huge credit to the defensive core there for Team Holtz in this league. You see a lot of strong offenses, and started to see some more strong defenses, but we really saw a master class from Stephen Holtz's squad.
Team Holtz, they've picked up 10 or more goals in 2 of the games on the season. Only one of them resulted in a victory. As here they are, they could open up the scoring as Davis Belt pushes it over to Janis. Janis, low angle shot off the side of the net. Circles, nobody in front, so that banks off the boards and slips through center. Chasing that one down is Isaiah Winters from Muskegon, Michigan, playing for the Niagara Falls Canucks hockey squad. Here comes Team Holtz. The aforementioned Winters has that taken away from him. Tanner Save steps up and pushes it forward. That pass intercepted at center. Here comes PJ Swineston. Centers that one, banks off a skate, loose in front. Bedells swimming out there, way out of his crease. Team Miller still with it. McCreary at the top of the key, takes a shot, rebound. Juicy in front. Team Miller will take it once more. Swineston taking a shot off of Bedells. Low angle chance there, thrown off the side of the net. Alex Kozar with it. Number of great opportunities here and some big rebounds off of Joe Bedells early. Sines doing some work behind the net, gives it off to Winters. Winters fanning on the clear. Uh-oh, this could spell trouble here for Team Miller. Winters able to get it back, and he'll finally push it to center. Some tired skaters on the ice for Team Holtz. They're able to get a one change. That's it. As it's slapped off the high glass by Evan Judd. Kozar stepping up. He'll throw it towards the net. Bedells softly plays that off of his stick. Below the goal line. Now they're finally able to control it and build it to center. Here's a Lazarov. Judd now at center, pestered by Elizarov. Team Holtz over the line, but the pass, nobody home for their squad. Here comes Carson Lynch over the line. He goes down low with it. Back up to the point for Jackson Hare. Was about to spin, but He'll just spin it down to his teammate. Below the goal line it goes. That shot taken. Bedell's able to squeeze and hold with 16:44 to go in the first.
I talked earlier about the defense we've seen from Team Holtz. This team looks a little bit asleep over on the ice right now. Just some miscommunications, intercepted passes, and Team Miller has been all over that puck early, and it's shown with the time that they've spent in the zone and just being able to fire those shots in on Bedell's, where Nathan Kelly in net for Team Miller hasn't really seen any action at all, but Team Holtz going to look to change that here.
Here comes Team Holtz charging down the ice. That one will wrap around the end boards box, try to keep that one in, but it's picked up by Anderson. Holtz over the line. That pass looking to connect with number 2, Blake Berger. He'll throw it off to his teammate Ivasa. Team Holtz loses it. Team Miller picks it up. Nifty little backhand to slip that one through center, but it's once again turned over. I was going to say taken by Team Holtz, but it's Mulcahy skating in, breaks past one, gets the shot off on the backhand, and Bedell is able to keep it out of his net. 4 minutes gone in the first, scoreless.
Bedell's making a good move there, just kind of not moving his whole body forward, but pushing that shoulder forward and blocking off the angle from Mulcahy coming in for Team Miller. A good way to just kind of shut down those avenues from Mulcahy to get a look at the open net and make that save. Bedell's seen a lot of shots early, and he's standing tall.
Yeah, you mentioned Nathan Kelly on the other side. It really hasn't had to do much. It's been the Joe Bedell's show early on for Team Holtz. Janis in his own zone. The outlet pass banks off a stick. Kelly standing up will play that off to his teammate. Now it's taken by Jacob Leege. Leege streaks down the near side, breaks towards the net. Bedell's with a save, loose in front. A chance there for Medico. Looking around as Bedell's, but the puck stays out of the net. Great chance there for Team Miller.
Bit scary there for Team Holtz because looks like it was stuck inside Bedell's pads. No one really knew where that was, and Jacob Leege, a high scorer, high offensive boost for Team Miller. He's not the player you want trying to poke that puck in because most of the time he's going to get that one past the line.
Last time these two teams matched up was back in week 3. We saw 26 goals. We're 4.5 minutes into this one, and we're scoreless. If I had to guess, I'm going to guess that'll change soon. Turned over. Here comes Jacob Leege leading the league in points. A little bit of a toe drag. Loses it on the stick handle. Leege's got 17 points over 6 weeks. As that one banks off of Bedell's behind his net.
That will actually be 5 weeks for Leege. Him and his brother for Young Guns both happen to miss a week, and they're still the leading point scorers in both leagues. So the Leege family got some hockey in their blood.
Very impressive. That one shot by Medico, saved, rebound, sent into the shoulder of Bedell's. And man, we don't have an official counter on shots, but I'd say Bedell's has up to like 10 saves right now with just 5 minutes and 12 seconds into the first.
Yeah, Bedell's defense needs to wake up a little bit because he is getting no help at all, and a good job by him to keep a good eye on that puck. He's making some great saves early, and his team just not helping him at all, and the forecheck of Team Miller has been phenomenal so far.
That one banks off the side of the net by Connolly. Another wind up there by Kozer, goes just wide. Jackson Hare at the point. Keeps that one in, shot thrown on net, no tip. Bedell's sees that the whole way and takes it. Maybe Bedell's is happy that he does have Trent Mercer to come into the net halfway through this because, gosh, 5.5 minutes in and Joe Bedell's barely even able to catch his breath after some of these shots as Kozer takes it off the draw. Nifty play by the defenseman, elevating offensively, and that one trickles over the net. Kozer racing against Berger for the puck. Berger able to get it first. He's got a man in front if he could get it to him, but a good play by Kozer to squish him to the boards.
Smart defensive move there from Kozer because Berger was going to have a prime opportunity to get that puck right up into the slot.
Back up to the point it goes. Hutton sticks it down low.
Good keep in there by Hutton.
Hutton, that one sent just wide. Winters pressing up. He'll keep it in and send it around the boards. Hare will take it and do the same. Kept in by Hutton. Slapped right back around the near side. Winters fakes the shot. Evan Judd didn't flinch at all. Loose puck skipping off the boards. Judd gloving that one down. Jason Kevich had it for a second, taken by Judd, but they can't escape the zone. So here's some zone time for Team Holtz, but looks like now will be the time to clear, and it is. Evan Judd skating down the ice near side, picks up the breakaway opportunity. Try to go 5-hole, but Dell's making the save.
That was dangerous there. Just Winters had his back completely turned, and Judd's a fast player, used that speed to get out in front. But Bedell's had a good amount of time to set up for that shot.
Jason Kevich streaking in, takes a shot on Kelly, and he fights that one off and makes the save.
I think the first save coming from Kelly for tonight. Not many shots coming from Team Holtz, and maybe looking to get a bit more momentum, starting to look a bit more alert on the ice. They started a much slower pace than we saw from Team Miller. It was just all over the puck early.
Joe Sines able to win that draw for his squad. Shot point taken off into an E-pad. Here comes Team Miller. Camden Keene centering pass there. A good opportunity in front for Charlie Connolly. Swinston back at the point, throws it down low for Anderson. Anderson loses it on the stick handle. Now a battle behind Bedell's net. This one squibs free to the top of the key. Shot taken. Rebound left in front, taken by Team Holtz. Here's Sebastiano Ivasil. That centering pass there had a good chance there for Carson Wood as he picks it back up, centers it, nobody home for his squad. That one skips over the blue line. Leiter will calmly play that off to his teammate. Ivasil will backhand it down low. Carson Wood colliding with Evan McCreary. Now Ivasil against McCreary. McCreary able to win 2 puck battles there and spring his team forward. Camden Keene over center, passes Elizarov. Keene taking that one down low. 8 minutes gone in the first. Scoreless so far from Kensington Valley Icehouse, otherwise known as the Ice Cube of Big B Brighton. That one slapped off the half wall, traveled into the air. Good keep in there by Camden Keene. Team Miller with a chance, and that one gobbled up by Bedell's.
And credit to Team Holtz after they were starting to get a few shots in on Kelly, and they had some good opportunities, especially that pass right in the slot to Wood. Would have had a beautiful tip in. That puck just kind of skittered a little too high for him to get the stick on, but Team Holtz starting to look more alive. They just, a big part of it is face-offs. Team Miller has absolutely been dominating in the circle so far.
Team Holtz able to win that one. Janis collects it on the near side. He'll bank it off the boards to center. Leegee untying that one from between his legs. Here comes Jacob Leegee. With some speed, takes a shot just off the blocker of Bedell's. Kyle Janis now trying to break through center. He does. Picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien over to Belt. Davis Belt takes a hit there, and O'Brien tries to get it, but can't take it away from Jacob Leegee. Leegee over to Mulcahy. Mulcahy with some open ice. Rips that one over the top corner, but the bounce off the high glass proved to be dangerous. Mulcahy picking it up. That shot from the point goes wide. Belt gives it to Hutton. Good keep in there at the line by Giannini. Here comes Leegee, and he gets the first goal of the game. Low blocker side, Jacob Leegee, 1-0 for Team Miller.
And just yesterday, we saw his brother open up scoring in a tight-knit game for Young Guns. So Jacob Leegee, only fitting, he's going to open up scoring in this one. And just before that one was being scored, we saw such a high-scoring game between these last two teams. Jacob Leegee, one of the 4 players to have a hat trick in that game. A lot of high scoring, but that was week 3. We're in week 6 now. 2 very different teams on the ice. Obviously, someone was going to open up scoring eventually. But I wouldn't be shocked if Team Holtz is going to answer that quickly. And again, we're not seeing those 16 double-digit goal games anymore. We're seeing much closer, tight games, and I think that's something we're going to see here again today.
Gavin Mulcahy picking up the assist on the Leegee goal to open up the scoring. It's 1-0 for Team Miller. In his own end, they can't clear though. Salve picking it up, centering that one to Judd. Judd breaks towards the net. That pass saved off the leg pad of Bedell's. Swinston, with a little bit of a shimmy, throws it down low. Carson Wood will backhand one. Taken by Judd. Never mind, it's Stephen Holtz's squad that'll pick it up. Winters toying with the offenseman right in front of him. Over to Hutton. This one sent the length of the ice. No icing. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. I thought Jason Kevich was going to win the race there, but we play a little safe here in Michigan League Hockey, so that'll be brought back into the Team Holtz side.
Jason Kevich was using that speed to try to get down there, but the puck just going a bit too fast for him there. That one will get called back, and could have been a great break if that wasn't called for icing, but that puck was definitely too far out in front for Jason Kevich to get there in time.
9 minutes, 33 seconds remaining in the first period. Team Holtz wearing the gold, Team Miller wearing the black. Good way to break up that pass. Elizarov trying to connect with Janis, but another great pass breakup. Elizarov in his own end. Goes D to D. Leiter with a chance. That one goes wide. Ivasil spears that one to Leiter, who banks it off the backboards. Picked up by Team Miller in their own end. Judd takes a look over his shoulder, corrals it, gives it over to Savic. Savic getting that one right back from Kozar, trying to break through Nicholas Leiter. He couldn't do so. It's loose in front. Chances here for Team Miller to increase the lead, and Bedell is able to make some saves. Janis gets it on the backhand, sends it just wide. Judd picking that one up. He'll center it to Kozar. That shot there coming from Mulcahy. Saved off the right leg pad of Bedell's. Another centering pass there. That slips through the slot and trickles to center. Some fresh skaters on for Team Miller. Giannini picks it up. Glances over the line. Draws a defenseman. Takes a shot. Rebound left in front. Man, Bedell's, he's been very solid, but he's been giving up some big rebounds for Team Miller. As here comes Janis down the ice, trying to center that one to Wood. Janis gets it back. Another centering pass there. This time goes off of Wood. Now it's Belt with it. Davis Belt creates some open ice for him. Throws it over to Hutton. Lucas Hutton circles with it. A good play there by number 13 on Team Miller to get it away from him. Slapped right back down the ice. Jackson Hare brings it around the boards. Here comes Darian Anderson breaking in. Anderson, one of the leading point getters for his squad. 7:12 to go in the first period. 1-0 for Team Miller. Looking to make it 2. Jackson Hare at the point. Hutton battling for that one. And Hare right on the opposite side of the blue line will stick it in, but offsides for a little bit was Team Miller, so they'll have to re-up. Less than 7 to go in the first period. Here's a costly turnover by Hutton. Team Miller's got numbers. That one saved off the blocker of Bedell's. Hutton below the goal, battling against Connolly. Team Holtz able to get it. Nifty little backhand saucer over to Belt. Belt will backhand that one down low. Tyler O'Brien with it. O'Brien squeezed to the boards, taken by Connolly, but they can't clear. Belt will take this one, looks towards the net. That one tipped up and out of play. With 6:12 to go, it's a 1-0 lead for Team Miller.
A good move there by Swineson to get his sticking, because that would have been a nice hard hit shot right in toward Nathan Kelly, and Swineson, just that simple move like that, get your stick up there, and that one's going to go sending up into the boards, and you'll just take a face-off, which Team Miller has absolutely been dumbing on the circle. And not only that, but once Team Holtz gets it into their offensive zone, there's no forecheck. When Team Miller wins it, there's not too much of a fight coming from them. Once they lose it, they kind of retreat back.
Team Holtz with it deep in enemy territory. That centering pass broken up by Medico. Winters will slink it to the far corner. Blake Berger twisting down low. Centering pass here by Signs. A big save there by Kelly. Looking to tie it up is Team Holtz. Berger throws one towards net. There's Signs, connects. Another big save by Kelly. Sprawls out and covers it up.
Huge save there by Kelly, and good job keeping eyes with it, trying to get tricky with the stick work there with Signs just coming into the slot, and that was a great opportunity. Team Holtz is finding more of those moments, and not only that, but Kelly's able to absolutely sprawl onto the ice and stop any rebound opportunities.
Kelly hasn't been tested much, but in these last couple minutes, he has a lot, and he's answered the bell. Medico, nifty little backhand, springs Jacob Leege free. 2-on-1 for Team Miller. That one bounces off the stick of Mulcahy. Mulcahy picks it right back up. Leege able to take that loose puck. He spins. Thought he was going to shoot it there, but he decides to keep it on his forehand. At the line, ref saying wasn't offsides. Leege centering pass to Medico. It stays out. Another shot goes just wide. What a great play there, but some bigger saves by Bedell's. Less than 5 to go. Team Holtz dodges a bullet there as they're down by 1. The only goal in this one coming from Jacob Leege, assisted by Gavin Mulcahy at the 10-minute 37 mark. Here comes Leege once more. Got Kozar to the right. Leege backhands one on net, save Bedell's. Medico slides one over to Kozar. A little bit of miscommunication with Giannini, so Team Holtz will take it in their own end. 4:19 to go in the first. 1-0 lead for the men in black. Over the line it goes. Janice a little bit tied up. Couldn't get it freely, and it'll bounce back over to center. Evan Judd fresh onto the ice. Gives it off to Giannini. Jackson Hare out of Highland, Michigan. Skating for Catholic Central. Gives it over to Judd. Judd with some speed. Low angle shot off the side of the net. Picks up his own rebound. Gives it to Giannini, who takes a shot. And holding on is Bedell's.
Love the passing in that last play, coming from Team Miller all the way from their own zone into the offensive zone. Really crisp, clean passing for them. And that's good to see. That's why they're up. They have that passing and that connection. Leege and Mulcahy, they've had a few really good chances, the two of them giving off to each other, both out of South Lyon, Michigan. Not for the same team, but they've definitely played together before.
Kozar with it, centering past that one. Just wide. Tanner Save was posted up in front of the net waiting for it, but it couldn't get to him. Here comes Ivasil. Ivasil breaks through one, takes the shot. Loose in front, it's still loose. Wood had a chance, but couldn't get his forehand on it. Janice right in front. Point blank save by Kelly.
Oh, and that was a great move from Jackson Hare to get his stick out in front. You saw the little poke there from Carson Wood because he had a great look at the net, and Hare was able to just get his stick tangled in there so that Wood couldn't really get a shot off, had to retreat behind the net, and then a great save there by Kelly with more shots coming in at him.
The draw to the glove side of Nathan Kelly. He's been stellar for his squad through the first 17 minutes of play. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this first period. Just a 1-0 score for Team Miller after the last time these two teams squared off. It was 26 goals and a 16-10 victory for Team Miller.
That was unfortunate right back there. Bedell's was trying to clear it, just lost it in his stick, picked back up by Team Miller.
Less than 3 to go. Judd with it. Takes a shot just wide. That one banks off the skate of Hare. Here comes Janice, but Kozar hot on his trail. Good defensive play, but Wood picks it up and slips it around Kelly. Carson Wood ties this game up at 1.
On Kozar, great defensive play there, but no one saw Wood. He used that speed, came in there, was able to get that pass right across and just sink that one into the back of the net. That was the response that Team Holtz was looking for, and just beautifully executed.
.239 to go in the first period, and Team Holtz ties this game up at 1. Off the 2-on-1 break by Kyle Janice and Carson Wood. Anderson in the offense tries to center it. It's taken the other way. Anderson lucky to get this one back.
Team Holtz goal scored by number 20, Carson Wood, assisted by number 19,
Carson Wood getting the goal. No, throw us an assist onto Lucas Hutton. Interesting. Here comes Darian Anderson playing for the Leamington Flyers. That one thrown towards the net of Bedell's. They'll stick that one over to center. Anderson with it once more. Hutton dropping to the ice to block a shot or a pass. Anderson still with it. He draws a number of Team Miller skaters. Down the ice, Team Holtz goes. 1:43 to go in the first period. Deadlocked at 1. Here comes Anderson. Anderson's got Keene to his left. He'll throw it there, but Keene was ahead of that pass. This one trickles all the way back into the Team Miller zone. Teams going off in a change. 1:20 to go in the first period. Here comes Giannini. Gains the line. Far side face-off circle. Flips it off the boards. Picked up by Jason Kevich. Good keeping at the line by Giannini. Throws that one near the net. Picking it up is Mulcahy. He's already got an assist on the team's only goal of the game. Less than a minute to go in the first. Leege picks it up. Medico couldn't handle that one. Now at center, a loose puck. Taken by Team Holtz. Elizarov spinning around, throwing it to Berger. Berger can't connect with Winters, who was glancing across the line. Here comes Gavin Mulcahy. 36 to go. Mulcahy puts on the brakes. Tries to center it to Leege. Never got there. Winters with it now. 25 ticks on the clock. Here comes Medico taking this. He's got some speed, slows it down, looks for the centering pass. Leege shot saved by Bedell's. 18 on the clock, and Bedell's has made, I don't know, like 15, 16 saves in this first period alone.
Yeah, Bedell's is a huge reason that this game is tied right now. He was seeing so many shots again. We don't have a shot counter, we're not sure, but a lot of quality chances for Team Miller that he's absolutely smothered, and he's a huge part of why Team Holtz is really still in this game, is now their offense starting to get more comfortable and clicking. But it's hard to do that when Team Miller's been hot from the start.
Couple seconds to go in the first period. This one travels the length of the ice, and the buzzer will sound to end period 1. So, after 20 minutes of play, only a goal aside. The first one coming from Jacob Leege, assisted by Gavin Mulcahy. And then Team Holtz able to answer with 2 minutes, 39 seconds to go in the first. Carson Wood assisted by Kyle Janis on that 2-on-1 break. So we got a low-scoring affair to end out the regular season between these two squads.
It'll be interesting to see what Coach Holtz has to say to his squad at this quick break, because Team Miller has just been all over the puck in this one, and they started to find that momentum more as the period went on. But again, Joe Bedell's is a huge reason of why Team Miller isn't up by 3-4 goals right now. They've had so many quality chances. Ice completely tilted in their favor. So much time spent in the offensive zone. A lot of great shots, and Bedell's has absolutely shut them down. And it was a beautiful offensive play coming from Team Holtz and Carson Wood to get that goal past Nathan Kelly. But they need to find more time in the offensive zone. Forecheck has not really been there. They've kind of retreated back once Team Miller really collects that puck in their own zone. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Holtz said to kind of fire up his squad and send them into the second period.
Stephen Holtz head manning Team Holtz in the Gold Unis. Stephen Holtz spent 4 seasons at U of M as a defenseman. Then on the other side, a little bit of U of M versus MSU action. Kip Miller head coaching the Miller squad. He was the 1990 Hobie Baker winner for Michigan State. So a little bit of a Michigan State versus U of M rivalry, if we want to build it up to that, as Leege streaks down the ice. That one glances just wide. Into the second period we go, a fresh 20 on the clock, and we are all tied up at 1. Swineston keeping that one in at the point, throws it to some open ice. Medico picks it up. Backhands one over to McCreary. McCreary draws 2, banks it off the half wall to Medico. Medical finds Swineston, creeps in, that one just over the crossbar, and enough juice to slip all the way to the net of Nathan Kelly. McCreary with it, looking for an open man, able to get it to Save. Save centering pass off a stick, picked up by Swineston, another chance, and he rifles that one home. PJ Swineston reclaims the lead for his squad. It's now 2-1 for Team Miller.
Oh, and again, Team Miller just getting so many opportunities, and Bedell's, he's only human. You can only save so many, and that was just a beautiful hard-hit shot coming from Swineston all the way from the blue line. He sent that one flying. I'm not sure if Bedell's is even able to really see that one. He hit that one with a lot of power, a lot of speed, and was able to just sink it in the back of the net, and that's where Team Miller is really going to come up, and it's when you can get those further away goals. Bedell sees the puck well in front of him, but when you can back it up, get to the top of the circle, get to that blue line, he's not going to be able to see that puck as well.
Team Miller goals scored by number 49, PJ Swanston, assisted by number 20, Alex Kozar, and number 11, Evan Judd, with 18 total.
Alex Kozar and Evan Judd picking up assist on the Swineston goal. A minute 30 gone in the second period, a 2-1 lead for Team Miller as Team Holtz breaks into the offensive zone. Giannini picking it up. He'll spin around and throw it to the point. Winters kicking that one in. Iveso with it. Centering pass there for Wood. Saved by Kelly.
Good job by Hare just to poke that away. Players coming in to try to get that rebound opportunity.
Back up to the point. Winters with it. Takes a shot, and that one tips off of Kelly and into the net. Team Holtz ties this game up at 2. A great seeing eye shot from Isaiah Winters.
Oh my goodness, and just another one from the blue line, absolutely rifled into that top corner of the net. And that's looking like the way that you're going to stump these goaltenders. Each team at first, their first goals came close up, but these goaltenders have been doing a really good job seeing in front of their net. A lot harder when you have bodies in front of you and that puck's being shot hard and fast all the way from the blue line, and that's not an easy thing to do. You got to get that hard shot, the angle just right, just like a target, and these players have been burying it. But that's a really great response there from Team Holtz. They needed it.
Carson Wood picking up an assist there. He's now got 2 points. Joe Sines also picking up assist on that Isaiah Winters goal. Here comes Anderson breaking in. That shot couldn't get off cleanly. Blocked in front. Team Miller looking to respond and reclaim the lead. Anderson with it. Flips it down low, centering pass from Sines. Slips past Keene, and 200 feet it goes all the way to the stick of Kelly.
Oh, I like the idea there by Sines to get that for Keene in the slot. Look for the one-timer opportunity. Just a little hit too hard.
Turnover there taken by Ivesil. Carson Wood trying to get it back to him, but Keene will take that puck instead, flip it off the high glass, and it goes up into the metal junctions here at Kensington Valley Ice House with 16:48 to go in the second period.
And great job there by Kelly to keep an eye on that puck for the rebound opportunity. We'll smother those ones before Keene could just tap it away, and puck obviously coming right back into that Team Miller zone. But even then, sometimes that just gives your team a breather, gives them a chance to relax a bit. It looked like originally just going to be a clear, which still could have been called back for icing. But even in those moments, sometimes we're not playing NHL rules. You can change your lines whenever, so the icing is not really affecting your skaters on the ice at all. So sometimes it's just a way to give your defense and your goaltender a bit of a breather.
Back in the Holtz zone. Spinning with it is Elizarov ever so dangerously, but gives it off to Leiter. Forward for Belt, has that one bounce off his forehand. McCreary sees a man, Medico in all alone. Breakaway for Marco Medico. Trying to wait out the goaltending, but Bedell's waits him out. Big save there by Joe Bedell's.
That's the second time we've seen Team Miller get that breakaway opportunity and just player going right up against Bedell's, but they'll get right in front of him. They'll take their time, and if you give Bedell's time to set up and get ready for that save, he's going to take it, and he's going to make that save every time.
Jacob Leachy with it. Already has a goal. Here's Medico once more. Ran into a good defenseman, and I believe Lucas Hutton. Here comes Janis. Janis with Belt to his side. Janis rings that one off the crossbar and out. Jesus Christ, that was close. Here's another chance for Team Holtz, and never mind. Blowing that one dead is the referee for offsides.
Yeah, Team Holtz did not like
They did
that
not
call.
like that at all.
And man, just completely deadlocked. Quick answers coming from both those teams. Those goals were just a little bit over a minute apart. Winters got that one in the back of the net for Team Holtz. about a minute and 13 seconds after Swineston's goal. So quick response there, a bit quicker than the first response they had. And if these teams can keep going back and forth, Ryan, we're in for quite a good game as
Just
we'll go right back to
offsides
the
there.
neutral zone.
Yep. Pair of offsides, kind of matching the pair of goals that each team had. One goal apiece in the first, and now each team with one goal apiece in the second. As we've got 15:34 to play in this second period, so I'm assuming we'll have a lot more goals in the second. I'm pretty confident with that guess. As Team Holtz has it in their own zone. Berger has that one glance off his skate, and that one as well offsides. That one, you can't argue if your Team Holtz's squad. That one was pretty clear. If you look
Dude,
at
we had Kozar calling the offsides before the official could even blow his whistle. He knew. Maybe a future official on the ice right now. He was ready to throw that hand up.
if you look up the definition of offsides in the dictionary, you might find that example there. Giannini snaps that one forward to Judd. Judd has numbers over the line. Try to throw one on net. Blocked. Now it's Kozar with it. Kozar colliding at center. Taken down. No call was Jason Kevich. Winters in his own end. Picked up the last goal of the game. Kozar picks it off. Breaking it by himself. Kozar forehand can't slip it through the 5-hole of Bedell's. That's the second time that Team Miller has tried to slip it 5-hole on a breakaway, but Bedell's not giving them anything, keeping that stick in the position until he drops down. Another shot there, and Bedell sees it the length of the ice, and he'll gobble that one up.
And that a great save by Bedell's, because a lot of goals we've seen put on Joe Bedell throughout the weeks, there's some of those further back shots, they're getting them from the circle. When you get right up there, try to go for the fancy stick work, it's hard to fake Bedell's out. He has great eyes. He does a great job seeing the puck right in front of him. So when you try to get fancy, slip it 5-hole like that, he's just been shutting Team Miller down. So maybe they're starting to learn a little bit. That's not where we should be taking our shots from.
Anderson slaps one, gets it right back in front. It's still loose. Shot by Keene into a body. Keene finds Swineston. He loads up. That one not clean off his stick, banked off a Berger. Team Holtz with numbers. Possible 3-on-1. Over the line they go. Jason Kevich off of Kelly just wide. Berger picking it up behind his net with a number of teammates. Jason Kevich picks it back up, centering pass there, looking for Hutton, but Camden Keene will bank it off the half wall to center. 6 minutes gone in the second period. We're deadlocked at 2. Hutton with a chance, breaking it alone. That one just off the blocker of Kelly and wide. McCreary able to send that down the ice. Hutton back, but he's got Connolly hot on his trail. Connolly picks it up. He's got Anderson in front. Anderson with a shot. And Bedell's, I'm not sure how, but he squeezes his right arm down and makes the save. Whoo!
I don't think I even need to say it anymore because Bedell's is just proving the point for me. He sees that puck when it's in front of him. It is hard to get those closing goals against Bedell's. Little bit harder, and he's not making it easy. He tasted the victory with this team last week, and that one will get past him.
Maybe a little bit too much hyping up Joe Bedell's there. Camden Keene picking it up off the faceoff, skating in towards the net, and he roofs it over the glove. Camden Keene picking up a goal, and Team Miller reclaiming a lead. Now it's 3-2 with 13:35 to go.
Yeah, I had to kind of eat my words there, but I mean, fast goal off the breakaway, that's going to be hard to see. Bedell's, again, he's good when he has a chance to set himself up, I should say. But right there, Keene was able to just get the eyes on it and fire that one in the slot quick, not give Bedell's a time to even react and bury it.
Anderson picking up the assist on the Camden Keene goal, and Team Miller reclaims the lead this time at 3-2. Here comes Team Holtz, looking to answer, looking to tie it up once more. They've been able to do so every time Team Miller gets a goal. Just under 13 minutes to go in the middle stanza. Charlie Connolly with it. He'll slip it over to Keene, who just scored the last goal of the game. Backhands one down the ice, and Keene goes off in a change. Swineston keeping that one up. That shot blocked by the stick of Ivasil. Medico able to slap it down. Now it's taken by Gavin Mulcahy. Mulcahy already has an assist on the night. Try to give it off to Leegee. And that's how he got his assist, giving it over to Leegee, who fired it home earlier on in this one. Carson Wood takes it. Low angle, strides towards the net. Couldn't get the shot off. Good play by Giannini to step in last second and make sure Wood couldn't get that shot off. 8 minutes gone in the second period. Here comes Jacob Leegee, forward for Mulcahy. Mulcahy tried to drop it back to Leegee, but it couldn't get there. Wood touch past Ivesil. Wood gets it right back. Winters now extending his stick. Takes it over the line. Winters, beautiful toe drag, but even better play there by Giannini. Gives it off to Leegee. Leegee with Mulcahy. Saucer pass to Mulcahy. Backhander. Saved by Bedell's. Medico picks it up. Another save, Joe Bedell's.
I like the move back there by Bedell's. He knew he didn't fully have a grasp on it, so instead of just dropping it, letting that rebound opportunity, he was able to just hit it out to one of his players so they could at least clear the zone briefly.
Joe Bedell's has that clutch factor in him. He was a starting goaltender for Catholic Central this season, won the Division I state title in a very, very close game. And it's odd to see. He's from Brighton, Michigan, but he doesn't skate for the Brighton Bulldogs, which are, in my opinion, the second best Division I high school squad. And that's who Catholic Central beat this year to win the state final. So a little bit of Brighton v. Catholic Central rivalry action standing within Joe Bedell's. That one circles the net of Bedell's. 10:45 to go in this one. Leiter over the red line, sticks it on net. Kelly gloves it off his stick, and he'll decide to hold on with 10:37 to play in the second period. A 3-2 lead for Team Miller.
And it'll be interesting in this one. I know we say it a lot, but this one, these teams are going into it, and now we're going to have goaltender switch. Both goaltenders are here today. Staywick and Mercer will be in the net. Both fantastic goaltenders, but again, it's hard to come into these games when teams are warmed up like this. But we've seen more recently goaltenders start to get more comfortable with it and jump right in and be ready to go.
So after 30 minutes of play, it's Team Miller with a 3-2 lead. We're going to take a halftime break here at Kensington Valley Ice House, get a fresh seat of ice, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes with a mid-game interview with none other than Jacob Leegee, and the rest of the 30 minutes of play, Reiner Dosovich with Marin Klein. We'll be back in 10. Welcome back to Team Miller versus Team Holtz. We're midway through this one. Team Miller with just a 3-2 lead right now, 30 minutes through. And Marin Klein, where is she? Oh, she's ringside with Team Miller forward Jacob Leege. Marin, take it away.
Saw Team Holtz. It was a 16-10 game. You were one of 4 guys to have a hat trick. Bit more high scoring than this one now that we're sitting at 3-2. Has it felt kind of different on the ice than it did in those earlier weeks?
Yeah, a little bit. A lot more. The goalies are making a lot more saves. They're doing really well today, both goalies, I'd say. And a lot of chances from the outside, not as many from the middle, I'd say, for me and a couple of my line mates at least.
Yeah, and kind of speaking of the goalies now, we're switching those goalies. Have you guys kind of noticed that maybe a difference in play when the goalies just don't really get a chance to warm up and are thrown into it when everyone's kind of already firing and ready to go?
Obviously, a little bit of rust from warm-ups being in the back all the way in the first, but shake it off real quick. Got a couple good goalies, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, and then last week before you go into the postseason, right now a close one, Team Holtz is answering your goals really, really fast. So what's kind of coach been talking to you guys about? What's the conversation been like on the ice as they're making those quick answers, trying to get things going?
Just focus on the next game, which is playoffs. Got to get a win here tonight and get us set up for the rest of the whole season.
All right, Jake, I'll let you get back to the game. Thank you so much. Back to you, Ryan.
Thank you, Marin. And back into the second period of action we go. 10 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. That was Marin Klein rinkside with Jacob Leege, who opened up the scoring for Team Miller. Here comes Team Holtz looking to tie this one up at 3. And we've got a pair of new goaltenders in net. In net for Team Miller on your screen right now. Oh, close to making a save there was number 30, Jack Staywick, taking the place of Nathan Kelly. And on the other side of the ice, Joe Bedell's day is done. Trenton Mercer, number 32, stepping between the pipes for Team Holtz. As they're looking to tie it up, Jason Kevich sends that one wide. Banks off the skate of Belts, and here comes Team Miller. Less than 10 to go in the second period. Swineston barely on sides over the line. He crashes into the boards. That one sent the length of the ice, and it'll be an icing on Team Holtz. And thank you for that mid-game interview, Marin. Welcome back to the booth. And what was Jacob talking about?
Really, I mean, anything you would expect from a player like him. He recognized, too, how great the goaltending was in that first half. He said, he's like, me and my line mates both, they're just not getting as lucky up front. The corners are where they're looking for, but he noted, too, that switch of goaltenders, it can change it, but he knows the strength in goaltending for both these teams and that their fight's not going to change.
Thank you, Marin. Thank you for repeating it, too. I don't get to hear it, and you're loose on breath, and I just make you say so much stuff. I'm sorry, Marin. But back into the action we go. Janice over the line takes that shot just wide near side. Enough juice to travel all the way back to box.
Yeah, Ryan, if you look closely enough in the cameras after these interviews, you can see me sprinting around the rink to get back up here.
Janice chasing this loose puck. Behind the net of Team Miller he goes. They'll take a whack at it. This one slipping over to O'Brien. Now it's taken by Save. Save draws 2, and he's able to dance away from them, but can't get through O'Brien. A good stick check there by Giannini. Springs Kozar free. Kozar in alone against 2. He's tied up, and he'll spin, give it to Save, who can't handle that one cleanly. Excuse me, that's Judd with the puck. Gives it back to the point for Giannini, who sends it right back to that corner. Banks off the high glass. And over to the far side it goes. Berger and Janice. Over the line goes Janice. He's got Berger. Janice streaking in. Couldn't get the shot off cleanly. Looked like he was hooked earlier on that play. So our first power play of the game will go against Team Miller. Team Holtz going on the man advantage.
And that could be huge for Team Holtz, looking for that response after the goal coming at the end of that first half from Team Miller right before we went to our break. So this could be a big game changer for Team Holtz if they can just keep getting those shots in on net, especially against a goaltender that's not yet fully warmed up and into this one.
So the first power play of the game brought to you by our Instagram, Michigan_elite_hockey. Check it out. We got a lot of great content there, mic'd up content, extra information about the players, and a lot of good fun over there on the Instagram. So go check it out as Team Holtz goes to work on the man advantage. Yesterday, if you didn't join us for the Young Guns League, we saw 4 shorthanded goals in 2 games. And here comes Leegee. He's got a chance. He's already got a goal in the game. Short-handed. Here he comes. Toe drag goes off the post. That was a quick one, looking for his short-handed bit. Carson Wood, that one banks off his forehand. It's picked up by Lizarov. Finds Hutton.
Mercer gave the post a tap there as a thank you because he just wasn't sliding over fast enough to stop that shot from Leegee. So post helped him out there for sure.
And that would have been Mercer's first save of the game, a basically breakaway from Jacob Leegee. Would have been a tough one to save, but luckily the post is there. Here's another shorthanded chance. Mulcahy sends that one off of Mercer. 2 shorthanded opportunities for Team Miller, and they're not done yet. Leegee with it. He's pushed over to center by Jacques. Tommy Jacques wearing the 22 for Team Holtz's squad. And this is a Team Holtz power play. Don't let this possession fool you by Team Miller. As Hutton battles for the puck at center. Over to Jacques. Jacques over the line to Ivasil. Ivasil, cross ice feed. Carson Wood, a shot saved. Another rebound. That one's into the back of the net by Ivasil. A power play goal ties us at 3 with 6:49 to play in the second.
Oh, and I love the enthusiasm, whoa, coming off of Ivasil. There, he was hyped up for that one. And again, that was looking like a power play where Team Miller was just going to have that puck more than Team Holtz at all. And Ivasil was quick in to come in for that rebound, sink it, and he was happy about it. And that's exactly what they needed, the power play goal, the response, and keeping this one knotted.
So every single time Team Miller has scored, Team Holtz has answered. Carson Wood picking up another assist. He's got a goal and 2 assists on the evening already.
Good night for Wood in his second week with Team Holtz.
Giannini fresh out the box after that holding call with it in the corner. Jackson Hare calmly plays that over to Anderson. Anderson's got an assist on the night, looking to connect with Connolly. That one banks off the boards over to Anderson. Connolly now with it. Good play there defensively by Team Holtz. That one ramps off a stick up into the air, but still in play. Jason Kevich with it in his own end. Team Miller coached by MSU alum and Hobie Baker winner Kit Miller. And Holtz's squad coached by Stephen Holtz. Spent 4 seasons at the University of Michigan as a defenseman. Keene will pick it up in the offensive zone. He flips it forward, a little saucer pass, but nobody home. 5:22 to go in the second period. Every time Team Miller gets a goal, it's been answered by Team Holtz, and we're tied up at 3 as Leiter glances over the line. That one saved by the right leg of Staywick. Jason Kevich with it. Gets some open ice, takes the shot into the body of Staywick and wide.
And Team Holtz really firing now, finding that offensive momentum. And the biggest key right now for them is to try to get that lead. They've been playing from behind all night long.
Anderson streaking in. He circles the net. Still with it. Darian Anderson doesn't like what he sees at the line, so he'll regroup with his comrades at center. Anderson still with it. Now Kozar leaving that one for Giannini. Giannini trying to connect with Judd, but it's picked off by O'Brien. They had the numbers there. That could have been a good look for Team Holtz as that bounces up into the bench. And a stoppage in play with 4:29 to go in the second. Center ice draw. Tanner Save going against Tyler Janis. Save able to best him. Blake Berger, good little hand-eye, but couldn't corral the bouncing puck as it's sent into the zone by Kozar. Kozar takes it once more. Kozar at the half wall will backhand one down low for Judd. Judd takes a quick look over his shoulder and goes to work, gives it off to Kozar, now to McCreary. Back to Kozar. Trying to go through the legs of McCreary to Swineston, but it banks over to Judd instead. Excuse me, that's Tanner Save with the puck, loses it. And Swineston, just barely. Nope, that one slipped over the line. Offsides on Team Miller.
Yeah, that one just got over the line and tried to push it back, but that one will get called. The officials have kept it tight on these offsides call. They are keeping their eye on that blue line.
Tanner Save in the dot. He's got Evan Judd, a teammate from Howell High School, on his left side of the line, and Alex Kozar, the right winger, to round out this forward lineup for Team Miller as a shot is thrown on net, gobbled up by Trent Mercer.
And again, it's a lot like Leegee talked about. Team Miller gotten a lot of their goals, except for that first one from Leegee, but even that one, they're not getting them right in front of these goaltenders. They're seeing that puck well. They're coming from the corners. They're coming from the further angles against these goaltenders. And Leegee was able to recognize that one, hopefully passing on to his teammates, because some of them still trying to take those up close, out in front passes, trying to go 5-hole, and that's just not working on these Team Holtz goaltenders.
3 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the second period. Here comes Janis, looking to take the lead for the first time for his squad. That one hops off his stick, taken the other way from Team Miller. Here comes Judd on a very extended shift. He's got Kozar in the center, a good block there by number 16 on Team Holtz. Janis with it. Snaps it over to his teammate. Over the line, it goes Elizarov, taking a shot there. Was O'Brien, it's still loose. O'Brien able to pick it up, strides towards the net. Janis couldn't handle that rebound left in front, and it's pushed out towards center by Leegee. Leegee takes that one with the poke check. He's got Medico to his left, Kozar to his right, gives it to Kozar, back to Medico, and a beautiful big play. Medico from Kozar and Leegee, and Team Miller reclaimed the lead.
Oh, the passing right there. Absolute clockwork. That was beautiful coming from that forward line of Medico, Leegee, and Kozar Mulcahy. Not yet out that for that top line. So Kozar staying on the ice and filled in the spot just beautifully. Beautiful passing there. And again, trick out that goaltender. Don't give them time to adjust. Get those passes. Look for those corners. That's exactly what they did. And that's how you're going to work them.
Strength in numbers, and Team Miller, the bang play, able to get the goal. So the trend continues of Team Miller scoring and Team Holtz answering, but now it's Team Miller up 4-3. We'll see if Team Holtz can tie this one back up at 4 with just over 2 minutes to play. Marco Medico, assisted by Jacob Leegee and Alex Kozar. Kozar now with 2 assists on the afternoon. Jacob Leegee a goal and an assist, and Marco Medico picking up his first goal of the game.
Well, something else me and Leegee talked about as well. He noted, we talked about that first game, and he noted that, yeah, the scoring's been slowing down a lot more in these games as the goaltending's gotten better, the defensive play has gotten better, and while forward lines are figuring each other out, so is these teams' defenses, and we're seeing these low-scoring games, and Team Miller's just been able to keep themselves ahead the whole time.
Medico streaking down. Now it's Jacob Leegee. Flips it for Medico, but Medico lost his stick, and it slipped all the way up to the blue line. So now taking it, Carson Wood for Team Holtz. Later over the line, gives it to Wood. Wood low angle shot, fought off by Staywick. Behind the net it goes, Leegee picking it up, dangerously loose in front, and covering it up is Jack Staywick.
Leegee did a good job getting a stick on that puck, but then just couldn't hit it out, and that was left very dangerously right there in front of Staywick, and players right there frustrated, and Team Holtz was looking for that answer right there. They were close, just couldn't get it.
Joe signs against Anderson on the dot. Team Holtz able to get possession of it, though. Jason Kevich centering pass slipped just by Davis Belt. Connolly, a little saucer over to Anderson over the line. Now Camden Keene with it. Taken by Signs. Signs, lead pass for Jason Kevich, but couldn't find that one as it was slipping past his body.
You saw Signs just throw the head back there, just a little too much power on that one. Got right in front of Jason Kevich, couldn't get the stick on. Could have been a great breakaway opportunity.
Winters against Keene, both of them with a goal for their squads on this game. We've seen a lot of I mean, we've seen more defense goals than normal. 3 goals coming from the defense, 3 goals coming from the forwards in this one so far. Actually, excuse me, 4 from the forwards, as it's a 4-3 lead for Team Miller. Bodies collide. Anderson picks it up, leaves it for Connolly. Now Giannini picking it up, takes the shot. That one ramps up into the mask of signs, and here comes Team Holtz with numbers. Jason Kevich has Belt at center, throws it to Belt, picks it up. A good poke check there from Staywick, keeps it out. Jason Kevich with a chance. Now Belt's in front, sends it wide. Anderson picking it up. Turnover, loose in front. Spinning it with it is Signs, saved by Staywick. And he's able to cover it up. Big saves there from Jack Staywick.
Huge there, and just that simple poke check with players coming in, that can be so effective for goaltenders. Get your stick out in front and push that puck past, no one getting any shots off. And you can tell how hungry his Team Holtz is for this response. Again, they've played behind the whole game. They have been able to tie it, but then Team Miller just inching ahead, and that's how they've lost a lot of their games. They've had some close ones, and they'll be able to keep it tied, and then the other team will just pull ahead and they're not be able to answer. So their answer has been good so far, but they have to keep it coming.
Icing waved off with 10 seconds remaining in the second period. Team Miller with the puck for a second. A good stick check there from Thomas Box. 3 on the clock. Not enough time for Team Holtz, as here comes Belt, takes the shot as the buzzer will sound to end the second period. So after 40 minutes of play, Team Miller able to reclaim the lead once more. It's 4-3 in this one, and we got 20 minutes of play. Should be a good finish. It's the last week of the regular season, last game of the regular season for both of these squads, and we got a good 20 minutes of play coming up.
Yeah, and again, we've just seen that back and forth. Leegee opening up, scoring in the first, Wood answering, and then Swineston, Winters answering, Keene, Ivazil answering, now Medico with the last goal for Team Miller. Holtz just going to be looking for that answer, but again, like I said, this team has been able to keep up with other teams, and then they'll just fall behind and they'll lose that momentum. Goaltending has been great from both sides. Defense, we've seen some defensive goals. Again, that's what you like to see, especially as we go on further in this league. Not only the defense coming together in that defensive zone, but also in the offensive zone. That's what you're normally going to see in a normal 5v5 high school, juniors, college, NHL. You're going to see the defensemen getting just as involved in the scoring, and we've seen a lot of those goals coming in from the blue line, from the high circle, from the high slot. Players have been able to get that. That's exactly what we saw with Camden King's goal, just high slot right off the blue line. Team Holtz not too happy with no call there off the face-off.
Into the third period we go. Team Miller, 4 goals on the afternoon, 2 of them coming from defensemen, one of them from Camden Keene, and PJ Swineston with the other one. And Isaiah Winters on Team Holtz getting 1 goal on defense for his squad. So the defenders showing up offensively for both squads as we're rounding out the regular season here. Week 6 of week 8. The next 2 weeks will be playoffs in Michigan League Hockey right off the draw. That one sent off the side of the net by Kozar.
And Ryan, you mentioned all 3 of those goals. All 3 of them came high slot, 2 from the blue line. So those defenders are getting those high angle shots that have been working a little bit better for these teams.
At center, Tyler O'Brien spinning with it. Loses it at the blue line. Battle for the puck, won by Team Holtz. Leiter with it. Kozar slaps that one away from him. Banks it off the high glass. Janis keeps it in. Blake Berger with it. Good defensive play there, able to get it away from Mr. Berger. Far side, taken by Save. Good move on the half wall, throws it over to McCreary, loads up, takes a shot, tips just wide. Leiter picking it up, saucer pass to Berger. Berger defended by Swineston. Now it's taken by O'Brien. He's got his head up, centering pass there to Hutton. Couldn't control it, back up at the point for Leiter, whistles one just wide. McCreary down low. Now it slips over to Swineston. Pestered by Berger. Pushed to the boards by him. 1:30 gone in the third period. Team Miller with a 4-3 lead over Team Holtz. Lucas Hutton with it on the forehand. Loses it to Kozar, and he blows a tire. Kozar tried to center that one to Judd, but a great defensive play there by Leiter gets it away, and that's going to be a call on Team Miller as Janice goes flying. So Team Miller gets their first power play advantage. Once they touch up, Leiter goes cross ice. O'Brien able to get a first extra skater on for the time being until Team Miller gets possession, and they finally will. So excuse me, it was Team Miller that got the penalty called on them earlier. Vincent Giannini got a call. Now it's Team Miller getting another call on them. So Team Holtz will go back on the power play where they scored on their one opportunity so far.
Yeah, that was pretty clear call there on Team Miller. I believe that was on PJ Swineston. I could be incorrect, but I believe that was on Swineston for that hit right back there. And again,
oh, that one into the legs of Staywick, and it stays out.
Legs, but
ooh.
Team Holtz, their last power play, that's when they got the answer. Ivizo with the power play goal. So if you're going to find a time to answer, tie this one back up, now is that time.
And a great chance, too, as behind the net goes Jacques. Jacques pestered by Giannini, kept in at the line for the time being. A great keep in there by Team Holtz. Ligi with it in his own end. Gracefully glances around the net, and he had two shorthanded opportunities in the first penalty kill of the game as he skates down the ice. Throws it back to the point for Giannini. Shorthanded bid goes wide. Jacques able to give it to Iviso. He got that power play goal earlier on in this one, back in the second period. Iviso with some time looks over his shoulder. Winters already with a goal on the game as well. Can't get a past Ligi. Ligi's got the speed. Winters trailing. Ligi puts on the brakes. He's got Medico by the far post. Waits for Hare to join him.
Great speed there used by Winters to catch up and stop that opportunity for Ligi.
Jackson Hare with it. Team Miller with the puck on the penalty kill. But they're doing a lot of work as Ligi colliding with the boards and the referee. Here comes Team Holtz on the man advantage. Carson Wood to center, nobody home for Team Holtz, and Medico will spin that one out of the zone.
Not too dissimilar from what we saw in the first power play for Team Holtz. Team Miller spent a lot of time with that puck before Team Holtz got it in, and then got a quick bang-bang goal and tied this one back up. They're going to look to do the same, but time is ticking away, and they're just not getting any shots in on Staywick.
A big clear there, trickles down the ice, so Team Holtz, if they could get through center cleanly with 14 seconds left, they'll have another one or two opportunities. Here comes Elizarov. He spins near the half wall. Able to evade McCreary. Throws it down low. Fresh power play line out for Team Holtz. The power play will expire on them. Back to 5-on-5 hockey as Kozar going on the swift change for Camden Keene. So 1 for 2 on the power play advantage chance there, far side, and the net off its hinges. So a stoppage in play. Davis Belt with a good backdoor opportunity, but saved by Staywick.
Yeah, the look one actually looked like that one went off the back of the neck, but Staywick, the force he was using off his skate to try to get to that side, kind of kicked it off there. So don't know if that really got the save. Looked like it just went into the side of the net there, but Staywick hitting the goal off, so you'll get the stoppage nonetheless.
15:30 to go in the third period. Team Holtz looking to tie this one back up. They've answered every single goal that Team Miller has put on the board, except for this one, but Joe Signs there winding up and into the belly of Staywick it goes. Great chance there to tie this one back up.
And Team Holtz, especially after that power play, they're firing, spending time in that offensive zone, but I like what Team Miller's doing. They're crashing the slot. They're not giving any open lanes to Team Holtz. They're getting those little poke checks, and even if that doesn't give them the possession, it gives them an opportunity just to reset the defense and make Team Holtz chase just a bit.
Joe Signs with Jason Kevich and Belts, the forward line out for Team Holtz. That one bounces up in the air. Here comes Team Miller. 2-on-1 opportunity. Connolly with Ligi. Swineson joining Ligi with the shot, saved by Mercer. Jason Kevich with it over the line. Towards the net. That one banks off the side of it on the backhand bid. Pepton at the line. Fox with the shot, and that one finds its way in. Looks like it's going to be another point shot going in from the defense of Team Holtz. And they will tie this one up at 4.
Yeah, Box got it on the blue line, and he just threw that one into the back of the net. And again, that's the answer you're looking for. Team Holtz was firing, and there were some good defensive plays coming from Team Morgan, but Box, yeah, get those another defensive goals, and that's what, now the 4th defensive goal, all coming from that blue line, except for the one from Keene that came from the high slot. But now, again, Team Holtz, they have that momentum, but you have to keep that momentum, continue getting those pucks on net, and try to get the lead. They have yet to have the lead in this game. They've tied it. They've played from behind. Now looking for that lead. That's exactly what they did against Team Morgan last week. It was a back-and-forth game, and once they were able to get a hold of that lead, you push forward. You do not take your foot off the gas whatsoever, especially if you're this Team Holtz squad and against this Team Miller squad, because they can answer back just as fast.
Thomas Box is first of the game, assisted by Jason Kevich. Now we're tied up at 4. Team Miller looking to reclaim the lead. Skating down low with it is Judd. Gives it off to Kozar, pestered by Hutton. Hutton able to spring his teammate free. Here comes Janis. Less than 15 to go in this one. Berger blowing a tire, but it doesn't matter for Janis. Goes back door. O'Brien. That was a tough one to handle.
Yeah, I would have liked a bit of a cleaner pass there coming from Janis, because O'Brien would have the perfect opportunity, but just kind of a rough bouncing pass there, but they'll get another opportunity right here.
Berger with a chance. That one slides on the net of Staywick.
Again, that really effective poke check coming from the defensive Team Miller, able to get their sticks in there and just not let Team Holtz get any shots off.
Battle for the puck in the corner. Bodies collide. Berger comes up with it. Blake Berger with that U of M helmet. Now it's Evan Judd. Judd with some speed. Uses that body as a shield. Throws it back to the point for Hare. Hare with a good keep-in against 2, but Berger springs it free. Swinson in his own zone. Over to Judd. Judd tapping that one up and into the netting for a stoppage of play with 13-14 remaining in the 3rd period.
And this is going to be an intense next 13 minutes. In these final games, you saw it yesterday with the Young Guns. I'm sure we're going to see it in this game and the next game between Poza and Morgan. All these teams are firing at all angles. They're looking just to get that momentum, any win before playoffs. And again, you never know with this group of players what could happen in a playoff scenario, but you want that momentum as much as you can get, feel good going into this postseason.
Team Poza taking on Team Morgan at about 8:05 is puck drop, but we got a good one between Holtz and Millers. That one sent off of the shoulder of Staywick. Winding that one up from the point. It's a body rebound. Ivasil saved Staywick. Box near the blue line, puts it back in, offsides, but here comes Anderson. Anderson streaking in. Good defensive play by Winters. And he'll corral it. Trying to stretch that one forward for Carson Wood, but it's back the other way for Team Miller. Camden Keene able to corral that one. Keene open ice, doesn't draw any defenseman, takes a shot, saved by Mercer. Anderson with it, gets through 2. Still with it on the forehand. Centering pass there for Keene, gets a chance, it goes wide. Loose in front, that shot going just wide. 8 minutes gone in the 3rd, and Team Miller with a number of chances, but back the other way it goes. 2-on-1. Jocks with Wood. Centers it to Wood. Takes a shot off the end of the stick of Staywick. Trying to keep that one in was Team Holtz, but they'll re-up at center and go right back over the line. Jocks through 5 players. Connor McDavid-esque, but couldn't finish the shot. Yes, I did compare Jocks to Connor McDavid there. That was crazy that he was able to get through that many players.
Not only that, but he had no one to pass to. His team was going off for a change. Wood was the only other player on the ice and over in that zone.
Jocks trying to go low glove, saved by Staywick. Jason Kevich with it. Just picked up assist in this one. That one thrown just wide. Jocks was there. He'll spill to the ice. 11 minutes flat on the clock in the 3rd period. Deadlocked at 4. Jacques with it once more, glances over the line, able to give it over to Jason Kevich. He loads up and goes near side top corner. What a beautiful wrister there by Cooper Jason Kevich and Team Holtz with their first lead of the game.
Oh, and that one just about maybe a centimeter from going out on the pipe. Beautiful aim there, just sinking that one right into the corner. That was so close to hitting off the pipe, hitting out, and just the precision there coming from Jason Kevich. He's had a few assists on the night. Now we'll get a goal, and not only is that the first lead of Team Holtz, but that's the first time in this game we've seen a team score two unanswered. We haven't seen two back-to-back goals from either team. It's been so back and forth, and that could be huge in this one.
Jason Kevich with another break, tries to slip it 5-hole, and Staywick makes the save. Jason Kevich just picking up the last goal of the game, picked up an assist on the goal before that, and looking to make it 2 goals right there as he was able to break through on that one.
And Team Holtz has seen so many games where they've kept it at deadlocked and then just fell behind, and they don't want to let that happen again. They're going to keep firing. They're going to keep going, and getting that lead for them is huge, but don't count Team Miller out. They're going to try to answer.
Kozar crashing in on net. Hutton will take him down. No call on the play. It was clean. Just over 10 minutes remaining in the third. Pitchfork deep in the zone by Giannini. Kozar picks it up, but loses it to Winters. Judd will take it instead. Hutton throws that one to Winters. A very strong defensive pair is Winters and Hutton. Less than 10 to go in this one. Hutton skates it over the line. Jason Kevich able to get it. Cooper Jason Kevich, high slot, skates in, stick handles that one just wide. Still had a chance there to bank it off the back of the goalie.
Jason Kevich had the assist on box goal at the start of the third, now has a goal. Looking to just keep being the one to score points for Team Holtz, and he's gotten a few great opportunities right after that goal.
Team Holtz came into this period down 4-3. Now they have a 5-4 lead. Jason Kevich going for the same goal, but on the opposite side, trying to find that near side top corner. Hare will banana it around the boards. Medico through the legs over to Giannini. Man sitting on the blue line is Kozar. Kozar over the line, winds up, the slapper goes off the bar and out of play with 9 minutes even in the third.
Oh, we've seen quite a few of those Team Miller breakaways, and that one, Kozar knew that the goalie would be ready waiting. They haven't been getting lucky with trying to get the stick handling, trying to fake out the goalie. Took the shot from the high slot, but that one just off the post. Great hard hit shot. Had that been a little lower, I don't know if Mercer's making that save.
Mercer making a save there off of the shot point from McCreary. McCreary handles that one on the opposite side of the blue line. Re-upping at center is Team Miller. Janis over the line, throws one on net. Staywick calmly playing that one over to Leegey. Jacob Leegey throwing that one ahead for Keene. Keene's got Anderson posted up far post. Beautiful pass there from Keene, and Anderson slaps it home. So Team Miller the ones to tie this one up at 5.
And that's what Team Miller needed. You go down, you answer right back. And Anderson's going to get it right there. Beautiful shot, beautiful communication there on the passing. And Anderson just had an absolutely wide open look at that net. And that's got to hurt a little bit if you're Team Holtz, knowing that small poke check could have gotten that away from you because Mercer wasn't going to be able to get over there in time. But you keep answering again. This was going to be a fight until that final horn blew.
And it is as Leegey picks the pocket of Janis, trying to go near side on the backhand, and it just goes wide. 8 minutes remaining in the third period. Once again, let me know if you've heard this before. We are deadlocked, tied, this time at 5. That one on to Staywick. He makes the save, then the last goal of the game. Tying this one.
And right there, Elizarov tried to go in, getting through defenders, and then just at the end, Staywick was able just to poke that one away from him, not let him get a clean shot off. And if you couldn't hear it through our headsets, that is correct. Jack Staywick picked up the secondary assist on that goal.
Ooh.
So our second goalie assist we've seen here at Michigan Elite. No goalie goals, but we've seen some goalie assists.
Yeah, you love to see the goalies getting on the score sheet there, as that Anderson goal assisted by Camden Keene and Jack Staywick. 7:30 to play in the third. We got a good one here to end the regular season between Team Holtz and Team Miller. Last time these two teams met, Team Miller picked up the win. That was back in week 3. This one a much closer affair.
And when you hear a 16-10 game, you don't even know how much of a close affair that is. But that game had been back and forth for a lot of it until Team Miller was able to pull ahead. And again, I've said it all night. Team Holtz has stayed in games and watched teams pull ahead. And
that one finds its way into the back of the net. Looks like it may have banked off a Hutton the way Trent Mercer's reacting with him, but
I think it did.
Team Miller, 2 unanswered goals. Now it's them reclaiming the lead, 6-5 for Team Miller with 7:09 to go.
So first we saw back and forth, and we saw Team Holtz take their first lead and get the first 2 unanswered. Now Team Miller's going to answer it back with 2 unanswered goals themselves. And again, you couldn't find a more evenly matched game. These teams are both playing so great. The goaltending's great. The shots are coming from we're seeing a lot of similar goals going in from either side. It's just going to be who has it before that final buzzer.
Oh, Jacques looking up to the sky after that one. Send it right into the belly of Staywick. So it'll stay 6-5, and they're going to award the 6th goal of the game for Team Miller to Tanner Save there, coming off the draw. So Team Miller reclaiming the lead. It's 6-5 with 6:46 to go in the third. Carson Wood with it off the draw. Uses that body as a shield. Wood goes over to Hutton. Ivasil battling against Giannini. Sebastiano Ivasil unable to win that battle. Back at the point for Hutton. Sticks it down low. Ivasil picks it up. Ooh, he faked the pass. Got the backhand off quickly, but Staywick staying in position and making the save.
Good job by Staywick to kind of stay locked in on that corner there, because looking for the fake out, Ivasil was trying to make him think he was passing up to the slot, would have caused Staywick to reposition, but either he saw what he was doing or wasn't ready to adjust, but make the save either way. Can't complain if you're Jack Staywick.
Here comes Carson Wood skating in. Tries to slip it over to Ivasil on the no-looker. Couldn't get it there. So Team Holtz with 6 minutes remaining in the third. Once again, they trail. They claimed the lead for about 2.5 minutes at about the 10-minute mark. But that was the only lead they've gotten. Team Miller with 2 unanswered. Now it's 6-5 for them. Jacques with it. Tries to break through 2. Good poke check from Hare. That one slapped towards the net by Hutton. And back the other way it goes. Kozar has Medico and Judd to his side. Spins it over. Judd will pick it up. Shot blocked by Hutton. Lucas Hutton with it once more. Team Holtz trailing. Carson Wood with a shot. That one ramps off the stick of Giannini. Up and out of play with 5:26 remaining in the third.
And now Team Holtz's biggest mission is just answer that last goal. You got to just answer back, keep firing, and they've done a good job at that all game. But now Staywick absolutely locked in. The defense and Team Miller, they know now they have their lead, and the biggest thing now is defend till the end. Just keep that defense going, keep that lead. Don't let Team Holtz tie it back up.
That one banks off the referee. Anderson will pick it up. Shot thrown on net by Leegee. Making the save there is Mercer. Off the draw, Anderson with it, taking the shot, staring down Mercer, and he'll make the save. It bounces up and out of play with 5:03 to go. So number 23 for Team Holtz in the gold. It isn't Elizarov, even though he's wearing Elizarov on the back of his jersey. It is number 23, Nico Dilbone, wearing the 23 now. So sorry for the confusion on that.
We'll have a player borrowing a jersey from time to time, and they just like to keep us on our toes.
Chance in front, swept out of harm's way. Could have been a great chance there for Team Miller to build a little bit of a cushion with 4:50 to go.
Signs was playing goaltender there, or else that puck was going in.
Lee G stunts down the far side, draws Leiter to him. Back up to the point, slapped far side. Keen pass to Lee G, and it goes just wide. Lee G still with it. Another pass back door for Anderson. Couldn't get it on net.
Leiter just got his stick in there just to push that one away from Anderson. Great play by him.
Keen with it once more. Kicks it to his stick. Centering pass there. Anderson was just ahead of it. Swineston spills one down low. Anderson with it behind the net. Centering pass. Banks off a stick over to Davis Belt.
And if Team Holtz can get it into the offensive zone, it will be important to watch Mercer see if they pull their goalie, look for the extra skater as time dwindles down.
This is the first time Team Holtz has had it in the Team Miller zone in about 2 minutes, but they don't have possession of it. But here they go. Jason Kevich trying to spring himself free. Now Belt battling against Swineston, and PJ Swineston picks up the puck over to Mulcahy. 3:40 to go. Mulcahy with it in the zone. Skates himself to the far corner and will backhand one down low for Connolly. Picking that one up is Leiter. He'll saucer that one over to Jason Kevich. Kept in at the line for the time being and slapped to center. Now taken by Belt. His team going off in a change, so he'll have the lone man to his left. Eventually gets it there to Signs. He'll lose it. Joe Signs is gassed for sure as he travels to the bench. Just over 3 minutes to play in this one. Save keeps that one in at the line. Good moves. Takes the shot off the blocker of Mercer. Up and out of play with 3:02 remaining in the third.
And it's getting to that point where you'd want to pull Mercer, but Team Holtz just cannot get it out of their own zone. Can't find any of that offensive momentum. And they've seen this before where they stay in a game and then they just can't claw their way back at the end. And they're just going to be looking to find any way to get a few more pucks in on Staywick before time expires.
Team Holtz had the lead 5-4 at the 10-minute mark, but Team Miller 2 unanswered, and that's where we're at right now as it's loose in front. Ooh, Staywick able to cover it up with the glove. Team Holtz looking for that elusive 6th goal to tie it up with 2:46 on the clock. Two minutes, 35 to go. Turnover. Here comes Mulcahy. Couldn't get the full load on that shot. Winters pestered by Mulcahy. Mulcahy takes it loose in front. Shot taken, but saved by Mercer. Big save there to keep his team in it. 2:18 to go. We'll keep an eye on Trent Mercer as trailing by 1 is Team Holtz. Mercer still in net for the time being. Mulcahy snaps one far side for Connolly. Connolly with it. Travels towards the net. Backhander roofs it. Oh my goodness. How'd he get the lift on that? I don't know. But Charlie Connolly with 2 minutes to go gets the 2-goal pad. His team leads 7-5.
Absolutely. Beauty of a goal from Charlie Connolly. He switches to the backhand, gets the lift on that puck, sends that one to the top corner, and still 2 minutes to go. You could see 2 quick goals, but that might be it, and Team Miller might be able to come away with this win. A hard-fought game from both these teams with now under 2 minutes to go, and Team Holtz just can't get anything going offensively, and Team Miller, they're going to keep firing, and oh my goodness.
That one goes in. More fuel to the Team Miller fires. Now they have a 3-goal lead with less than 2 to go, and it's looking like it's getting out of hand as Alex Kozar, already with 2 assists, picks up a goal on that one. Now a 3-point afternoon for him.
That is something we saw Team Holtz do against Team Morgan last week. The puck got flipped up and just kind of got behind the goalie. Solid defenders there from Team Holtz trying to get in, just push that one out. Too late, that one crossed the line. That has got to sting when you've played as well as Team Holtz has in this game to see it ending like this.
Team Holtz has played a heck of a game. They had the lead with 10 minutes to go in the third, but now four unanswered goals by Team Miller as they have a 3-goal cushion with a minute 20 to go. This one's slipping through the fingers of Team Holtz as every second of the clock goes by, and it looks like they'll be solidifying that 4th seed out of 4 teams in the regular season. A minute 5 to go. Judd behind the net for Team Miller. Kozar taking a whack at it, centering that to Medico. Couldn't get it off cleanly. He's still with it. Less than a minute to go. Team Miller up by 3.
And in those 4 unanswered, they scored 2 goals in about 30 seconds each time. Tanner Save, Carson Lynch 30 seconds apart, and now Charlie Connolly and Alex Kozar about 30 seconds apart once again.
40 seconds to go in this one. Jacques backhander can't get through. Battle for the puck, won by Jacques. Gives it over to Ivasil, back to Jacques. Jacques stick handling near the goal line. Puts that one up near the point for Wood. Wood over to the far side. Fanning is Leiter with 22 on the clock. Back by Leiter, disrupted, and the buzzer will sound. This game will end 8-5 in Team Miller's favor.
And I like the last play there by Leiter. He got down, still making the defensive play. You don't want them to get any more goals against you. And a great job by Team Miller. They stayed hot from start to end. Where Team Holtz, they started off a little bit sleepy, got back into it, were able to keep it deadlocked, take the lead, and they've seen it once. They're going to see it again there. They just couldn't finish it out. They couldn't answer, just fell behind, and Team Miller was able to pull ahead and get that win. That's got to hurt. But Team Holtz shouldn't hang their heads too low on this one. Some fantastic goaltending, some fantastic play that we will be sure to see from them once they head into the postseason. And Team Miller staying hot, coming off a loss of last week against Team Poza. Now they're going to get a little bit of momentum going into the postseason.
So Team Miller takes the victory over Team Holtz 8-5. It was back and forth, but Team Miller with 4 unanswered goals in the last period pulls away with this one. They move to 3-2-1 on the season. Stephen Holtz's squad falls to 1-5 going into playoffs, and we'll have an interview with defenseman Camden Keene from Team Miller coming up in just a bit. Thanks for joining us for Game 1. Game 2, Team Poza versus Team Miller coming up at about 8:05. We'll be right back. Reiner Dosevich sitting rinkside with Cam Keen. You guys picked up an 8-5 victory there over Team Holtz. How you feeling right now?
I mean, we're feeling pretty good. We got our momentum rolling into these finals coming up, so we're going to have a good weekend.
You guys are getting the number 2 seed, so you're facing the number 3 seed, which I'm not sure we figured out exactly. Actually, it should be Team Poza in that 3 seed, so you're looking forward to that playoff matchup.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think we can handle any team on this in this game, and we can definitely beat them.
And you're a defenseman now for Team Miller. You put up a goal and an assist on today. How you feeling about that?
I feel pretty good. I mean, it's not about me. Team won, so we got able to make a comeback and secure a 2nd seed.
And you said it's not about you, it's about the team. Let me talk about your goaltenders, Nathan Kelly and Jack Staywick. Talk about their play today.
Oh my, they were outstanding today. I mean, there was a few that they let in that, I mean, frankly, was mostly our faults. But I mean, it's a team game, so we all have to take accountability for that. But then we were able to pick them back up, and they played the rest of the game great.
It was so back and forth. Team Holtz was able to claim the lead at about the 10-minute mark in the 3rd. How'd you guys go on to score 4 and answer to win the game?
I mean, we just thought like it wasn't over until the final buzzer. So we kept playing, and Coach Miller definitely kept us in it, and we were able to get those 4 and come back.
And there you go. Team Miller picking up the 8-5 win over Team Holtz to end their regular season. Cam, thanks for joining me up in the booth.
Thank you.
Good luck in playoffs next week.
Thanks
and
for having me.
We'll have Stream 2 coming up in just a minute.